T-Zippers. Battery's low. Dang. What it do? What it do? Hey, T-Zippers. What it do? What it do? So listen. Kind of want to touch bases on Malcolm-Jamal Warner, because there's been some rumors going on out there. Just want to catch up. I just heard, I'm not sure, it said his 8-year-old daughter was with him. Have y'all heard that? Have we heard his 8-year-old daughter was with him? And if that is the case, I know she's okay, but what is really going on? Y'all come on in. Let's kind of catch up on what's going on with Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Some of these rumors I don't like. I don't like trolling with somebody who has, they're spotless, you know, nothing negative to say other than a couple of scorned ex-girlfriends, celebrity stars, you know. I guess, how can you still be bitter, you know? But I guess you can be. I'm not sure. They claim he backed out for a swim. But they claim, hey, no strings attached. They claim he backed out for a swim by himself. Water ritual. What's a water ritual? What do you mean by a water ritual? Why does it? What's the ritual? Oh, okay. Well, what's the ritual? I mean, just like that's what he normally do. His normal thing is to go out for a swim. But let's check this out, because this is the first time I've heard this one. ABC World News. Hey, Purple Flower. Hey. Hey. Yeah, this one is a heavy one. This one is a heavy one. And I thought that I would touch bases on this before I go off into that Trump, the dump. Baby, and I got, baby. I can't wait to get on that one. We gonna make it do what it do. Oh baby, I got one where okay, yeah. I'm gonna keep this about this. Shout out to thank you. First of all, let me stop and say thank you to all the birthday love I received. I so greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the donations, the Cash App love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I greatly appreciate the love. I guess getting old, it ain't that bad after all, huh? Thank you, no strings attached. Thank you. I guess it ain't that bad getting old. You know what I mean? So listen, let's listen to this one. It's a short clip on Malcolm-Jamal Warner. They was talking about the That girl he used to date that used to be on, was she on? I think she was briefly on, yeah, she was. She was on The Cosby Show. They dated secretly for a while. Did she, I don't know if she meant karma, but karmic. What she mean by that? I need to look that word up. I know she ain't bitter. I know Regina King, but, you know, other than a few people like that, Regina didn't say nothing negative. She just, Lisa B. No. Something white. Let me see, because I just saw it. And they said, what was she trying to say? And I wanted to say, little girl, she was on Lean On Me. The little loud talking girl. Talk real fast. Is it Karen? Melina White or something like that? Let me see. I just saw it. Is this her? Yeah, I remember her. And she was one of, she wasn't Cockroach Girlfriend on. Yeah, Karen. Let me see. She wasn't Cockroach Girlfriend. She was G Money ex-girlfriend. Cosby Show. Lance. What's his name? Lance. Let me see. And they secretly dated for a while. Yeah, Karen Melina White. Let me see what she said. Why they say it was disrespect?
What's up, you guys? So it's Layla Lynn and I'm back with the new video. In this video, I want to talk about Karen Melina White and Malcolm-Jamal Warner. They used to date back in the 2000s, and she posted a tribute to him on her Instagram yesterday that's getting a lot of attention. A lot of people are saying it's too much considering that he did have a wife. I know they dated for a while, but they didn't get married. He married someone else. And a lot of people are saying that her tribute is stepping on the toes of his wife. So we're going to get into that in this video and a couple other tributes to Malcolm-Jamal Warner. May his soul rest in peace.
Shout to
all right, so Karen Melina White, I'm sure her face looks familiar to all of you. She was first on The Cosby Show as Pam's friend, and then she was on A Different World as Charmaine Taisha Brown. And she did a lot of shows. She also did Malcolm and Eddie with Malcolm-Jamal Warner. She did The Fresh Prince. She did a whole lot of television shows and also movies. But she also dated Malcolm-Jamal Warner for about 7 years. They first met on the set of The Cosby Show and went on to date for about 7.5 years, roughly between 2000 and 2007. And so she posted this tribute to him on her social media that says, "What a profound karmic relationship, my friend. Thank you. Until we meet again. Love you always, in all ways," with a winking emoji. And she said, "My deepest condolences to Pam Warner," which is his mom, and his wife and daughter. And so people are saying that this picture looked like from when they were in a relationship. So people are saying that this picture was a little too much considering that he's married now. And they're saying her with the winking face emoji after saying always in always. Like, it sounds flirty. It sounds flirty, and people are saying that it's too much, especially since he is married. If you look at her comments and the comments on the blogs, normally I notice a difference from when a celebrity is put on the blogs, like the Neighborhood Talk or the Shade Room. It'll be a difference in the comments. But if you go to their page, the comments will be like a little bit nicer. But even if you go to her page, the comments are kind of like eating her up about this post. Like this person who said, girl, this ain't it. Redo this paragraph. If you know, you know. Shaking my head. Someone else said he has a wife. Did she actually have to post this picture to send blessings? Like, couldn't she just have posted like a picture of him by himself? Someone else said in all ways is kind of wild, not gonna lie. And I do take it a certain way. When someone says, I love you, always, in always, it does sound like kind of flirty. Someone else said, tacky caption, how would you feel if you was his wife reading about a moment he had with another woman while you're grieving? It's a way to still respect everyone involved. You can say how deeply you felt in a respectful way, but you insinuating some stuff. And to me, what she's insinuating is that, like, when she says their relationship was karmic, it sounds like she's insinuating that it was meant to be, like they were supposed to be together. Someone else said, this pic though, distasteful. That emoji is weird. That winking eye emoji. Someone else said, love you in all ways with a wink face to adding the wife and kid in the cap is crazy work. You could have left that part out or just have said, my deepest condolences. And someone else, they're talking about this in all ways. If you know, you know. They said the in all ways with the winky face got it. And someone else said, girl, you couldn't post another pic, but made sure that disrespect was loud, huh? So y'all let me know, do y'all think this picture and this caption is disrespectful? But there were some other tributes to Malcolm-Jamal Warner, like Tracy Ellis Ross posted a series of pictures of them like hugging each other like this because he used to play her husband. She said he was her first TV husband in the show Read Between the Lines. And so most of the pictures she posted, like they're hugging each other, but it's really their characters. It's not really them. And so you see this from a magazine shoot. I believe this was either Essence or Ebony. He said, you couldn't post another pic, but made sure that disrespect was loud.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
So y'all let me know, do y'all think this picture and this caption is
what y'all think about that picture? Okay, so this picture
to
over this,
like Tracy Ellis Ross posted a series of pictures of them like hugging each other like this because he used to play her husband. She said he was her first TV husband in the show Read Between the Lines. And so most of the pictures she posted, like they're hugging each other, but it's really their characters. It's not really them. And so you see this from a magazine shoot. I believe this was either Essence or Ebony. And he said, regarding Tracy, we have a great rapport. And it's probably one of the best non-physical love affairs that I've ever had. And he clarified that it was non-physical. And she said in the caption, I love you, Malcolm.
You can't hear?
Whew. First, I met you as Theo, but the rest of the world, when you were my first TV husband, my heart is so...
Okay, so straight, no strings attached. You're not able to... Oh, okay. So which pictures are worse? Of Karen Molina White or... well, probably hers because they actually dated. And the other one, that was her acting. Okay, let me keep going.
That was loud, huh? So y'all let me know, do y'all think this picture and this caption is disrespectful? But there were some other tributes to Malcolm-Jamal Warner, like Tracy Ellis Ross posted a series of pictures of them like hugging each other like this because he used to play her husband. She said he was her first TV husband in the show Read Between the Lines. And so most of the pictures she posted, like they're hugging each other, but it's really their characters. It's not really them. And so you see this from a magazine shoot. I believe this was either Essence or Ebony. And he said, regarding Tracy, we have a great rapport, and it's probably one of the best non-physical love affairs that I've ever had. And he clarified that it was non-physical. And she said in the caption, I love you, Malcolm. Whew. First, I met you as Theo, but the rest of the world, when you were my first TV husband, my heart is so, so sad. What an actor and friend you were. Warm, gentle, present, kind, thoughtful, deep, funny, elegant. You made the world a brighter place. Sending so much love to your family. I'm so sorry for this unimaginable loss.
Mm-hmm.
And it is. If so many people loved him just from the characters he played on television, and then if you look at the people who worked with him, who loved him for who he really was, you can just imagine the loss those people feel that really knew him in real life. You can imagine the loss. But I also wanted to share the condolences from Regina King, who also dated him for 2 years. Regina King dated him reportedly from 2011 to 2013. And she posted on her Instagram stories, some people leave a lasting imprint just for who they were, not just for who they were, but for the energy they carried. I'm sending prayers filled with love and understanding to your family and loved ones. Rest easy, Malcolm-Jamal Warner. And it's a series of photographs of him on his motorcycle. So very respectful to his wife and to his family. As I mentioned yesterday, Malcolm-Jamal Warner never named his wife. Like, he never told the press his wife's name or his daughter's name. He has a daughter who should be around 7 now.
She's 8.
But he's never named their names on social media. You see these pictures in People magazine. They did a tribute to him and his daughter. And he'll always post his daughter like with her head down or with her back turned and things like that. So you see, this looks like the most recent picture he posted of her with her back turned and washing a car. And that's why I said based on all estimates, she would be around 7. This looks like a older picture of her. Again, photographed from the back. And this picture, he's never named his wife, but I'm wondering if this could be his wife.
Mm-hmm.
But this could also just be a family member, a friend. It could be a stepsister.
No,
we don't know who this woman is, but it could be any number of people in his life and in his daughter's life. But he definitely was married. He definitely had a wife. And so I would say maybe it's a little bit careless for Karen Molina White to post in this way. But, she is grieving as well. Niecy Nash also posted her condolences, and she said that Malcolm-Jamal Warner was very happily married. She said, "My God, heartbroken. We just spoke. You were giving me my flowers for my work on my Netflix show, and we talked about how happy we both were in our marriages. Damn, friend, you were cornerstone of the Cosby Show. We all love Theo. Never to be forgotten. You will be missed. Rest easy." So y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the tributes to Malcolm-Jamal Warner, specifically
his other. I just saw
Karen Molina White. As always, thanks for watching.
I don't know if I think. Was it really disrespectful, y'all? Or that's how she wanted to remember him. I don't know if that was disrespectful, but hold on, let me see what this one say.
Yeah, that's his job. He had to. That was his job. So it was, you got to do your own personal work, but it wasn't the easiest situation, but we made it work.
As far as you mentioned dating Malcolm, how did that even happen? Just in terms of, in a nutshell, like, was there already kind of at least a friendship? I would imagine that was there, or how did that?
Yeah, it started out as friends. I mean, of course, I knew him from Cosby Show, but I think we're 7 years apart, 6 or 7. So when he was on Cosby Show, he was like a little boy. I didn't pay him any mind. But as we got older, numbers that feel like they're closer in age. But that was I never really dated. I always wound up dating somebody that I was working with. So you'd be friends, and then next thing you know, okay, so what we doing? So that's how that kind of evolved. But yeah, we were always good friends.
Yeah. Was it difficult to work and maintain a healthy relationship?
At times, because, his character, and he always had a girlfriend, so women, so that was a little bit, getting my feathers ruffled.
Was there a rule behind that? Like, hey, could he kiss the other women?
Yeah, that's his job. He had to. That was his job. So it was, you got to do your own personal work, but it wasn't the easiest situation, but we made it work.
Okay. 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 Tea sippers. I was watching, it may not, let me see if I can still find it. When he had a role where he was married to Sherry Shepherd. I should have held it before I get off into this other. Let me see if it pulls right up. Let me see, Malcolm. Yeah, I don't know if when someone passed, if I mean, I'm sure his wife ain't paying none of that no mind if she is dealing with, his passing. Where is she? Yeah.
History together.
Yeah.
Because you played my cheating ex-husband on the sitcom Sherry.
Yeah.
You remember that?
We had a blast. We had a ball. Look at that. Oh.
Right there. It's so funny because I so loved working with you on the show. Did you like working with me?
That was one of my favorite gigs.
Oh, you like working on the show?
Yeah, because we had such a good time. And so when you do a show, it's usually the person who's like the number one on the call sheet. They really set the tone. So when the number one on the call sheet is real difficult, it trickles down, right?
Yeah.
But when you have the number one who is mad cool, it makes everything mad cool.
Oh.
And Sherry, come on, we had a good time.
We had such a good time.
Yeah, we had a ball.
I want to show you and the audience a clip of such a good time that we had. Here we go.
So, how you doing?
What's wrong?
What? What's never be wrong?
You're blinking fast and your lip is sweating. Spill it.
Listen, I need to talk to you about Paula.
The quiz hoe. I worked really hard on my nickname. I would appreciate you using it. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, Malcolm, but I always told the writers to write a scene where I had to kiss you. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
You did not. You couldn't figure out we was kissing so much in the show.
Well, but you didn't know that if I wasn't in a relationship at the time, I might have slipped tongue in.
I'm so glad you had, oh man, wifey, I'm so sorry. Now you play a high-powered, cocky surgeon on The Resident. You are so cocky. I gotta ask you, is that some of that is in you, or is it just fun to play that character?
No, it's a whole lot of him in me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but with him, I get to play the guy I don't allow myself to be in real life. You know, The thing I love about him is he's arrogant, but not because he's compensating for insecurities or anything. He just knows he's damn good at what he does, and he's so comfortable in his skin that he doesn't care what you think about him. He's just always going to tell you the truth. And as an artist, it's a fine line, because as an artist, you want to not care what people think about you.
Yeah.
But the success of your art greatly depends upon what people think about you.
What people think of you.
So it's great to have the freedom to, be in a space where I get to play a guy who doesn't care about any of that.
Watching you, you have to use so many, the medical jargon and the...
Black boys, black men, black people, non-black people who have the foresight enough to see that our self-healing is an invitation to explore their own necessary healing. Right. It's an album that can really shift.
Are we back now? Can you hear?
We approach raising our black boys, which will then have a profound impact on how.
Sorry, can y'all hear now?
Black girls, and it will of course have an impact on how future black men and black women relate to each other. Let's try this. It means they're engaged, right? And they want to.
Can y'all hear now?
So when I auditioned,
was one of the worst auditions.
Hi, Luciano.
Definitely, I'd say it was number 2. Second to my Cosby audition, on what people think about
What people think of you.
So it's great to have the freedom to, be in a space where I get to play a guy who doesn't care about any of that.
Watching you, you have to use so many, the medical jargon and the terms. Is that hard? I've always wondered that. When you have to say that?
Yes.
It is.
Yes. Yes, there's at least one term every episode that will trip, every actor up, or everybody in the cast. There's always one that we're kind of like, I've worked on this so much when I was at home, and now I'm in front of the camera and I can't get it.
Say it.
Yeah, one episode I had chronic thromboembolic hypertension.
Oh.
And I had to say it like 4 times in the episode. And I had to say it, just had to go tripling off the tongue. And I couldn't.
But somehow it sounds so sexy. Chronic emboloma. You said, I read somewhere that you said when you had to audition for The Resident, that it was one of the worst auditions of your career. Really?
Yeah, it was definitely, I'd say it was number 2. Second to my Cosby audition. So for me, a not great audition is when you go in, you do your audition, and they say, "Great, that was great, thank you."
Oh yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. But when you go in and you do your thing, and they go, "Okay, that was cool. Now let's try this." It means they're engaged, right? And they want to play. So when I auditioned, the casting director Scott kept giving me notes, and for some reason I felt like I was just really off my game. And by the time I finished the audition, I walked back to my truck. I shed a few thug tears. And I got home, and my wife was like, "How'd it go?" And I said, "I don't want to talk about it." And normally I talk about all of my auditions, the good ones, the bad ones. So when I said I don't want to talk about it, she was like, "Okay, cool." And then 3 days later, I got the call.
You got the job.
I got the gig. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, sometimes you when you step outside yourself, you do better than you think you did. You made an impression.
Yeah. And that's the thing about actors, as when we audition, we have to get out of trying to judge our auditions.
Exactly.
Because our barometer is just off.
You go, you do it, you let it go. But now you're in another project called Accused.
Yeah.
Now you say that this show is very different from other crime shows that are on the air.
Yeah. The Accused is a courtroom anthology series.
Okay.
So every episode is its own self-contained episode, like Twilight Zone or Black Mirror.
Oh yes.
So in my episode, I play a man whose daughter was sexually accosted.
Okay.
And I decided to take matters in my own hands.
In your own hands.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
it plays out. The whole thing plays out.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't wait to see you in that.
It's the whole series is great. The writing is excellent. I'm really proud of my episode. It's hard to watch, but it's good.
It's good.
It's really good.
I know, because you hard to watch, and you. Sorry, wife, you had to do it. Now I want to congratulate you because you're a Grammy winner already.
Yes.
But
yes.
Won a Grammy. But you have been nominated You've been nominated for your 4th album, which is called Hiding in Plain View.
Yeah.
Now, what does this album mean to you, Malcolm?
This album, it's my 4th album. It's by far my most important album from a social conscious standpoint. I believe it's one of the most important albums to have come out in 2022. I have featured on the album novelist and professor of African American Studies at Clark Atlanta University, Dr. Daniel Black. And together, he's interweaved throughout the album, and there's just so much knowledge dropped on this album, and it's really important. I say that this album is for Black boys, Black men, Black people, non-Black people who have the foresight enough to see that our self-healing is an invitation to explore their own necessary healing. It's an album that can really shift the way we approach raising our Black boys, which will then have a profound impact on how they interact with each other and Black girls, and it will of course have an impact on how future Black men and Black women relate to each other and the world at large.
Okay, Jeffrey and I are going to be listening to.
Yeah, I think especially as a parent of a Black boy, you will dig it. But also, so I say that, so on the surface, it may seem on the surface that it's just about Blackness, but there is so much universality to the album that I've had, non-Black people really be able to relate to a lot of the album. So it's a really important album. And as the producer and musician, the album also sounds
It sounds good. Now I want to ask you, I got to ask you this before you leave, because your daughter is 5 years old.
Yeah.
So she's at the,
This was
so
in
I know that
22.
you watched the episodes of The Cosby Show with her because you were on there for a long time. Now when she sees her daddy, is she impressed?
No, she's so unimpressed. She knows it's me. She's like, that's Papa. Where's Rudy? And for the longest time, she used to call the show Rudy's Family.
Really?
Yeah. And so now the crazy thing is, Keisha's always been my little homie since she was 4 years old. And Keisha's daughter is a couple of months older than my daughter, and they absolutely love each other.
Oh.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, like, they were just at the house over the weekend on Saturday, and me and Keisha look at our daughters playing, and then we look at each other, and we're like, this is so surreal.
Yes, it is.
And you see these two little 5-year girls, playing, and they're saying please and thank you, and like they're some grown women, some real grown women already.
Malcolm, I just want to say thank you for coming. This meant a lot to me.
Congratulations. I'm so happy.
Okay, so let's get to.
I love seeing you in your element. I love how you relate to the audience. I love just to see you in your own space and being able to be unabashed.
Founded. Well rooted. Oh my God. She's so sad. She's just as much. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's listen to this.
At this hour on the terrible accident that took the life of Cosby Show actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner, made famous, of course, playing Theo Huxtable. Tonight we have now learned he and his 8-year-old daughter were both struggling in those strong currents, volunteers frantically trying to save them. And authorities now say they tried CPR on the actor for 40...
So is this the first time that y'all have heard that his 8-year-old daughter was with him? Because when I heard this is what really prompted me to do this live, because now I was celebrating my birthday and stuff yesterday, and maybe I missed it, but did y'all know that? Had y'all heard that before, that his 8-year-old daughter was out there with him? And she also was struggling in the water? Oh, so you had heard that, Keisha. Oh, okay. I didn't hear that because it made it seem like he was did a early morning swim by himself.
Tonight, we have now learned he and his 8-year-old daughter were both struggling in those strong currents, volunteers frantically trying to save them. And authorities now say they tried CPR on the actor for 45 minutes.
Him. Hold on, let me listen to what my brother...
And authorities now say they tried CPR on the actor for 45 minutes. In those strong currents, volunteers frantically trying to save them. And authorities now say they tried CPR on the actor for 45 minutes. Victor Akendo on the scene in Costa Rica.
Tonight, as fans mourn the tragic death of Cosby Show star Malcolm-Jamal Warner, we're learning about the desperate efforts to try to rescue the actor and his daughter from a rip current off Costa Rica.
Almost lost them both.
8-year-old daughter were both struggling in those strong currents, volunteers frantically trying to save them. And authorities now say they tried CPR on the actor for 45 minutes. Victor Akendo on the scene in Costa Rica.
Oh, wow.
Tonight, as fans mourn the tragic death of Cosby Show star Malcolm-Jamal Warner, we're learning about the desperate efforts to try to rescue the actor and his daughter from a rip current off Costa Rica. What did you see? ¿Qué viste? This officer telling us on Sunday Warner was swimming with his 8-year-old when surfers spotted them struggling and dove in to help. One surfer using his board to bring the little girl safely to shore, but volunteer lifeguards had to pull Warner and another surfer from the ocean.
Oh, wow.
Warner was swimming with his 8-year-old when surfers spotted them struggling and dove in to help. One surfer using his board to bring the little girl safely to shore, but volunteer lifeguards had to pull Warner and another surfer from the ocean. Both surfers survived, but Warner showed no vital signs after minutes of CPR. What happened to star Malcolm-Jamal Warner?
Well, maybe they didn't have that information at first, James Howard, you know, because there was very little information at first. That's why I was like, I hadn't heard that, but I did start seeing pictures of somebody helping somebody, pulling them to shore, but I didn't know if that was fake or not. So now more is coming out. I don't know, but let's listen.
Fans mourn the tragic death of Cosby Show star Malcolm-Jamal Warner. We're learning about the desperate efforts to try to rescue the actor and his daughter from a rip current off Costa Rica. What did you see? ¿Qué viste? This officer telling us on Sunday Warner was swimming with his 8-year-old when surfers spotted them struggling and dove in to help. One surfer using his board to bring the little girl safely to shore, but volunteer lifeguards had to pull Warner and another surfer from the ocean. Both surfers survived, but Warner showed no vital signs after minutes of CPR. What happened to his daughter? ¿Qué pasó a su hija? She was safe, but very scared, police told me. The 54-year-old was declared dead at the scene. An autopsy confirming the cause was accidental drowning. Playa Grande is known as one of the most dangerous beaches in Costa Rica. There are signs like this at the entrance, even in English. Look at the top. Rip currents here all year, high risk for drowning. Just one look at her. Over the years, Warner chose to keep his family life private, but he posted a few cherished moments with his daughter.
There's my daughter's birthday.
In this recent video, wearing a flower she gave him.
Just wanted to remind you, as I remind myself, that no matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile.
Millions of Americans tuned in to The Cosby Show every week and watched Theo Huxtable grow up. I believe
this is devastating.
¿Qué viste? This officer telling us on Sunday Warner was swimming with his 8-year-old when surfers spotted them struggling and dove in to help. One surfer rescued the actor and his daughter from a rip current off Costa Rica. What did you see? ¿Qué viste? This officer telling us on Sunday Warner was swimming with his 8-year-old when surfers spotted them struggling and dove in to help. One surfer using his board to bring the little girl safely to shore, but volunteer lifeguards had to pull Warner and another surfer from the ocean. Both surfers survived, but Warner showed no vital signs after minutes of CPR. What happened to his daughter? ¿Qué pasó a su hija? She was safe, but very scared, police.
So I wonder, what did he go back out? Or was it about her? Or was it about him? Was he? Oh, wow. But I saw an upload one time where she knew how to swim. She was taking swimming lessons and he was watching her swim. So I know that she could swim. but I wonder if he was trying to help her. Oh, those surfers were out there surfing. Yeah, they were surfing. So he wasn't the only one that him and his daughter, now I'm hearing his daughter, were not the only one who were struggling. So the current caught more than just him off guard. Oh my God, did he? Oh yeah. So it wasn't just him. So when I have heard this, I mean, I guess I saw it and I heard a little, and I said, well, let me bring this too, because I didn't like some of the comments and some of the conspiracies, you know, sometimes it's not a conspiracy. It's just, it happened. And people say, well, who was with him and all of that. I didn't hear his daughter was with him, but I did hear that there was somebody else out in the water that was trying to help. I had no idea that they were not the only, him and the other guy were not the only ones that lives were in danger with this current. Oh yeah, I've heard conspiracies, yeah. Like, yeah, that's why I don't want to hear the sacrificing, where was his, yeah, because his daughter was with him. Yeah. But now that if I'm thinking, I don't know, right now I'm about to make an assumption, because if she was out in that water and she was having some issues, then I can see him trying to save his daughter and getting caught further off into this current. Oh my God, this is horrible. This is probably the worst, knowing that his daughter was out there with him and having to experience that at 8 years old. Bless her heart. Oh Lord.
Mourn the tragic death of Cosby Show star Malcolm-Jamal Warner. We're learning about the desperate efforts to try to rescue the actor and his daughter from a rip current off Costa Rica. What did you see? ¿Qué viste? This officer telling us on Sunday Warner was swimming with his 8-year-old when surfers spotted them struggling and dove in to help. One surfer using his board to bring the little girl safely to shore, but volunteer lifeguards had to pull Warner and another surfer from the ocean. Both surfers survived, but Warner showed no vital signs after minutes of CPR. What happened to his daughter? ¿Qué pasó a su hija? She was safe, but very scared, police told me. The 54-year-old was declared dead at the scene. An autopsy confirming the cause was accidental drowning. Playa Grande is known as one of the most dangerous beaches in Costa Rica. There are signs like this at the entrance, even in English. Look at the top. Rip currents here all year. High risk for drowning.
And you were a good swimmer, Heather? And you got caught in a, what is it called, rip current? A riptide current. Oh my God. You know, it's just like, in a pool and you get too much water, and the gag of that, and I can't imagine the ocean. I don't play with the ocean. I just don't. If I was saying yesterday or the day before, if I can't touch the bottom, it could be 20 feet deep pool. And as long as I could get to the bottom and push myself up to swim to the side, I'm okay. But if there is no bottom, I can't. I just will not play in water that I cannot touch the bottom. And I don't care how good you'll swim. I'm not an expert swimmer, like to be out in the ocean like that. Hell, I think I'll get tired. You don't get tired. I know you have to. And then you worry about sharks and whales and shit coming to you. But I'm glad you survived that, Heather. And if this If this beach is known, why even play with it? Why even play with it? But, oh, Lord. God bless. Oh, my heart goes out. This is just... Y'all, I was not expecting this. I heard his daughter and stopped and said, let's bring it to the T-Sippers.
Minutes of CPR. What happened to his daughter? ¿Qué pasó a su hija? La niña realmente. She was safe, but very scared, police told me. The 54-year-old was declared dead at the scene. An autopsy confirming the cause was accidental drowning. Playa Grande is known as one of the most dangerous beaches in Costa Rica. There are signs like this at the entrance, even in English. Look at the top. Rip currents here all year, high risk for drowning.
Just want to look at her.
Over the years, Warner chose to keep his family life private, but he posted a few cherished moments with his daughter.
There's my daughter's birthday.
In this recent video, wearing a flower she gave him.
Just wanted to remind you, as I remind myself, that no matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile.
Millions of Americans tuned in to The Cosby Show every week and watched Theo Huxtable grow up.
Sure did, every week.
Staying close to my family.
One for the money.
Tonight, co-star Raven Simone sending love to Warner's family with this parting message to her co-star.
I love you, and I know you're watching over all of us now. Bye, Malcolm.
And David, lifeguards here at the beach tell me they performed CPR on Warner for 45 minutes. But it was just too late. David?
Victor Kendo tonight. Victor, thank you.
You said it. What did you say? Hold on. What did you
Now
say?
the dramatic new detail.
You said it doesn't matter how strong you are, you get exhausted trying to keep air from with crashing water. It was horrifying. It's like the ocean is draining your energy. It's very scary. It's like you can't fight water. You cannot fight water. It's a big old ocean. Wow. Let me hear this one before I go.
Rican Beach, where officials say a dangerous rip current swept away Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the Cosby Show star, drowning in secluded paradise on Sunday. What makes that beach
secluded paradise?
You know, it's similar to other beaches where there are...
Rican Beach, where officials say a dangerous rip current swept away Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the Cosby Show star, drowning in secluded paradise on Sunday. What makes that beach so treacherous?
You know, it's similar to other beaches where there are strong rip currents that are deceiving.
Mike Geist helps run a volunteer lifeguard organization here. He says while no lifeguards were on duty that day, Geist's friend, who happens to be a trained lifeguard, was there to surf and discovered Warner unresponsive in the water.
You know, the first thing that they do is they bring him to the surface and give the emergency respirations.
Right there.
So he was unresponsive in the water and was just floating.
The emergency respirations.
Right there.
Right there. In the water on the...
Responsive in the water. On duty that day, Geist's friend, who happens to be a trained lifeguard, was there to surf and discovered Warner unresponsive in the water.
You know, the first thing that they do is they bring him to the surface and give the emergency respirations.
Right there.
Right there. In the water on the surfboard. And when he didn't respond to that, my friend rapidly took him into the beach and they immediately began CPR.
These are the first things we saw when we pulled up to the beach. Signs in Spanish and English warning people about
so he attempted to in the water.
To the surface and give the emergency respirations.
Right. Organization here. He says while no lifeguards were on duty that day, Geist's friend, who happens to be a trained lifeguard, was there to surf and discovered Warner unresponsive in the water.
You know, the first thing that they do is they bring him to the surface and give the emergency respirations.
Right there.
Right there. In the water on the surfboard. And when he didn't respond to that, My friend rapidly took him into the beach and they immediately began CPR.
These are the first things we saw when we pulled up to the beach. Signs in Spanish and English warning people about potentially hazardous conditions. This sign even giving a roadmap for how to escape a rip current. Costa Rica's Red Cross says they were able to rescue another man alive who was taken to a clinic in critical condition. Meanwhile, tonight, the outpouring continuing to grow.
Blue suede shoes, hit it.
One for the money, two for the show.
Raven Simone, who played Warner's niece on The Cosby Show, posting this emotional tribute.
He was the big brother. He was one of the most multifaceted, talented men. So gentle.
In a 2013 interview, Warner said his proudest achievement wasn't the hit sitcom, but building a life beyond The Cosby Show.
If I die tomorrow, I know I would go with a smile on my face.
And with that, Jesse joins us now live from Costa Rica. Jesse, officials say Warner's autopsy is now complete.
Thank you, Rap Snack.
This morning, according to authorities, Tom, and they say that it confirmed that Warner's drowning death was, in fact, an accident. Tom?
Jesse Kirsch for us tonight. Jesse, thank you.
I die tomorrow, I know I would go with a smile on my face.
And with that, Jesse joins us now live from Costa Rica.
Said his proudest achievement wasn't the hit sitcom, but building a life beyond The Cosby Show.
If I die tomorrow, I know I would go with a smile on my face.
And with that, Jesse joins us now live from Costa Rica. Jesse,
can y'all believe that?
Interview, Warner said his proudest achievement wasn't the hit sitcom, but building a life beyond The Cosby Show.
If I die tomorrow, I know I would go with a smile on my...
How profound is that, y'all? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I am not going to be surprised if we don't find out later that his daughter was in danger. And he was trying to save his daughter. I am not going to be surprised. As close as him and his daughter was. This is absolutely the saddest. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Tomorrow,
The talented men, so gentle.
In a 2013 interview, Warner said his proudest achievement wasn't the hit sitcom, but building a life beyond The Cosby Show.
if I die tomorrow, I know I would go with a smile on my face.
And with that, Jesse joins us now live from Costa Rica. Jesse, officials say Warner's autopsy is now complete.
It was completed this morning, according to authorities, Tom, and they say that it confirmed that Warner's drowning death was, in fact, an accident.
Yeah, I had to because Purple Flower, y'all know I'm not going to go with hearing a bunch of stories and lies and stuff. I'm just not. And, you know, and I'm not going to let people turn his legacy into a whole controversy. You know, conspiracy, you know, a ritual or a sacrifice. I just wasn't going to do that. You know, but this was, I mean, you know, this Theo, The Cosby Show, you know, Bill, but, you know, whatever's going on with Bill Cosby, that's his legacy. So, yeah, he deserved me to cover it. He deserves that. Yeah, good guy. You know, we gotta cover the good, you know. And I just hate this, and it's a different type of troubling, excuse me, to know that his daughter was out in that current. that's a hard pill to swallow. You know, oftentimes, you know, I often say, I think, you know, everybody, if you got a pool, you know, in your backyard, I think everybody in the house needs to know how to swim, you know, and that's just my take on it. Why have a pool if you scared of water and if something happened to your kids, you can't jump in there in that pool, your backyard pool, and get them out? What the hell? Yeah, it's pretty, you know, but no, everybody needs to know how to swim. Everybody needs to take swimming lessons. But then when I think about situations like this in the ocean, and you can swim, she can swim, you know, y'all can swim, and you still drown. Oh my God. A daddy hero. A daddy hero. I totally agree. And I don't know any parent that wouldn't jump in that ocean to save their child. I just don't. I can't imagine. So if that is the case, you know, because again, today is the first day I've heard this like this. And right now I am making an assumption because my mind immediately goes to, if his daughter was out there in that water, in that current, or that, what is it called, tide, or a current tide, was rough, I know he went to go get or save or rescue his daughter. Or if they were together and out there, I don't know the full circumstances, but I know the first instinct is to save your child, because if you are an expert swimmer, you think that you will be able to save yourself, right? I mean, so your mind is gonna be like, I'll be okay, but let me get her. Yeah, this is just too much for her. But so let me get my child, and then we can make it. Not, you know, not thinking really about the under tide or whatever the name of it is. But it's this is just more painful now that I have this bit of information. It's just, I can't imagine. So it don't matter how good of a swimmer you are. It don't matter how good of a swimmer you are. It don't even matter. Cause you can't beat the water.
Wasn't the hit sitcom, but building a life beyond The Cosby Show.
If I die tomorrow, I know I would go with a smile on my face.
And with that, Jesse joins us now live.
So we are not going to play with the controversies, the conspiracies. Not over here. Not over here. I know I'm not. And I know y'all know I'm just not going to allow that. You're not going to tarnish it. You're not going, none of that. It just is what it is. And it was, unfortunately, his time to go. I'm glad his daughter is okay. And she was able to survive. I cannot imagine her having to deal with the loss of her dad while he was, I'm assuming right here, trying to help her, save her, reach her. Protect her, And I'm sure one day that story will come out. So a super duper, Lord, protect her mind, her under, just protect her healing, her understanding. Oh my God, how do you explain it? How do you explain it to an 8-year-old child? Okay, y'all. I think I'm gonna end here, and then I will come back a little later on my Trump-ish. I wanna, before I go, let me see if I can find the one where he's talking about his daughter, so me, the tea sippers, will know that his daughter could swim. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I thought I saved it. Bear with me, y'all. Rest in peace, Theo. Oh my God. You're welcome. I'll be back later. Malcolm. You know, even if you can swim, that ocean ain't no joke, man. It was, it was a short, I think, and he was talking about his daughter swimming. But he was chilling while she was swimming. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to find it. I don't even know where I saw it at. Let me see what this is. But there's a picture out there with somebody.
So I asked him how he was able to afford a $365 cologne.
Tributes continue to pour in after the tragic death of actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner, famous for playing Theodore Huxtable on The Cosby Show.
And now we're learning more about his death. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has more from Los Angeles.
Costa Rican authorities releasing this image of the scene where actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner's body was found. The 54-year-old drowned in Costa Rica Sunday while on a family vacation, with police saying he was caught in a rip current while swimming near a beach in Limon. Investigators say beachgoers tried to rescue him, but it was too late. Police there saying today an autopsy completed confirmed it was accidental.
Fine, y'all. I'll be back. I'll be back later. Let me and watch. Soon as I sign off, the one I'm looking for is gonna pop up. Watch. It never fails. Oh, y'all be good. I'll be back a little later on my Trump-ish. Cause baby, that right there is a piece of work. You hear me? Oh, I hope he can get impeached. Because this is crazy. They done found new pictures, y'all. They got new pictures. Are they having a briefing? Y'all, do I need to do that separate? Let me catch the briefing, y'all. I'll be back. Ooh, let me turn this around for y'all mess around and see some shit y'all ain't supposed to see.